All right, let's start the editorial meeting. Today, you're getting a promotion. You're not just a character in your own story anymore. You're the editor-in-chief. We're going to get into a framework that'll help you design your own narrative with total intention and purpose.
If you're a creator, I bet you know this feeling. The pressure to keep making stuff, the algorithm doing its thing, it can really feel like the story is just running away from you. You're in it, sure, but are you actually the one writing it?
Well, that's the big shift we're making today. You're going from being a character who just reacts to the plot to being the one who holds the red pen. The one with the vision, the authority, and the final say on everything. It's time to take charge of your own script.
So, where do we even begin? We start by reclaiming your narrative. And look, this isn't about chanting empty affirmations in the mirror. This is a professional framework. Every choice you make becomes an intentional edit, and every single day is a brand new page you get to write.
Let's be super clear about this. Editor-in-chief isn't just some fancy title. It's a job description. It means you are the one who sets the vision. You have the authority to cut out whatever isn't working. And at the end of the day, you get the final say on what story gets published.
But a title doesn't mean much without action, right? A great magazine isn't built in one day. It's the result of a consistent daily editorial rhythm. So let's break down what your new daily creative practice is gonna look like.
Okay, this is your new workflow. It's simple. Your day kicks off with a morning editorial meeting with yourself to set an intention. Midday, you hold a quick brief to get some clarity, and you wrap up each day by launching one small daily experiment. That's it. That's the rhythm that turns ideas into reality.
Day one is all about the foundation. Before you can edit the story, you've got to define its theme. So, your very first assignment as editor-in-chief is to claim your title. This one word becomes the guiding light for every single editorial decision you make from here on out. And this quote from Diane von Furstenberg, it just hits the nail on the head. We're starting with being, not doing. The title isn't your job or your list of goals. It's about the core identity you want to step into as the editor of your life.
So, how do you find this title? By starting right here. Forget about accomplishments for just a second and focus on the feeling. What's the core emotion you want the magazine of you to give off? Is it joy? Is it courage? Maybe abundance? Start with that feeling.
Here's your creative brief for finding that title. And I really want you to pause and think about these. What words do you want people to use when they talk about you? What traits do you need to tap into for that next big goal? I promise you, somewhere in the answers to these questions is your title, that one word that's going to set the entire direction of your magazine.
Okay, once you have your title, your greatest power as editor-in-chief really starts to emerge, and that is the ability to write new headlines for your life. This is all about reframing your past and casting a really powerful vision for your future.
I mean, just look at the power you hold now. The facts of the story don't change, but the headline, the meaning you give it, that changes everything. A failure suddenly becomes a lesson. A setback becomes the source of my greatest strength. You get to control the angle.
And this is exactly why this matters so much. The stories you tell yourself, those headlines you write in your mind every day, they are either building the foundation for the future you want, or they are actively tearing it down. There is absolutely no neutral ground here.
So now that we've set the internal editorial direction, it's time to design the cover. Designing your life, just like a magazine, is an inside-out job. It starts with your environment, it's expressed through your style, and it's anchored by that voice inside your head.
Your desk, your home, your digital space, it's all a mirror of what's going on in your head. If you want to think with more clarity and elegance, just start by elevating one small detail in your environment. Buy the nice pen. Get the plant. Curate your setting.
Next up is style. Ask yourself this: what have you been dressing for? Your fears or your vision? Your style is basically a daily affirmation of your self-image. It's not about following trends. It's about making a conscious choice to physically embody the editor-in-chief you've decided to be. And finally, your voice. Every great editor creates a style guide for their publication. Well, it's time to create your own, an internal style guide. What words and thoughts are on brand for the story you're telling? And which ones need to be edited out, like immediately?
Okay, we've walked through the framework, the mindset, and the design. Now it's time to go from just watching to actually doing. It is time for your first editorial experiment.
This quote really says it all, doesn't it? Your life is being designed in every single moment, whether you're the one holding the pen or not.
This whole framework is about grabbing that pen and learning to design your life on purpose by thinking on purpose.
And that brings us not to the end, but to your beginning. You have your title, you've got the framework, the assignment is clear. So I'll leave you with this. What is the one small, intentional edit you're going to make today? How are you going to launch your first experiment right now? The next page is waiting. Go write it.